If you enjoy watching Common Ground online, please consider making a tax-deductible donation at lptv.org. Lakeland Public Television presents Common Ground, brought to you by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and the citizens of Minnesota. Welcome to Common Ground. I'm your host, Scott Knudsen. In this episode, join a native man, Kevin Mato, as he scours pawn shops to recover native artwork and get it to those who appreciate the art.
My name is Kevin Mato. I'm from Fort Yates, Standing Rock Indian Reservation, and I'm an indigenous picker. All right, there's Sean.
Hey, Kevin.
Hi, how you doing this morning, man?
Doing good. How are you?
Pick this stuff up here. Let me grab my card. What I've started doing in the last couple of years is obtaining Native American artwork from pawn shops, which I intend to do shows with and return it to the public. What happens is once it's lost at the pawn shop, it can sit there for years. What I try to do is get it out of the pawn shop as quick as possible, do a show, get it back to the public.
Okay, that'll be 78.75.
Take her off my card there. Basically, it started out because I have lost items at the pawn shops. There is thousands and thousands of dollars worth of artwork that never gets seen unless it gets out of the pawn shop and back to the public. I am picking up some artwork that I have pawned here. I have, oh wow.
Well, hang on, that's a different deal, but
okay, well,
they are for sale.
Okay, oh wow. $250. You know what? I'm gonna have to get these, Sean. And they're going right to the frame shop. Ooh, Gishik. This guy's from Leech Lake. Okigama Gishik means chief artist. So, yeah.
There's four of them.
Four of them? Yep, four of them. The big one's charcoal, right?
Correct.
Yep, charcoal, and these are watercolor?
Yeah.
Yeah, watercolor. And yeah, you can tell they're originals because of what's on the back of them. Wow, cool stuff. Look at that, unbelievable, yep. What I do notice though, this one is not signed, but you can tell it's the same guy. Oh. No signature on this one, but you can tell that it's the same guy just by looking at these.
Well, it's just another loan from a different customer.
Yep, okay, well, they're for sale.
You want them?
Yes, I do. I definitely do want those. We're gonna have to purchase those and bring them to the frame shop.
I will sell them to you. I'll need your card again.
Oh, my card, yes. The card with the money. When you find that item for $35 to $100 that you know is worth thousands of dollars. To me though, it's not all about making the money. Of course, everybody needs to survive, but to me, it's to get the artwork back to the public. We found some artwork that is from a person that has passed away, but he is from Leech Lake, Cass Lake. But yeah, they are definitely nice pieces of artwork here. Gonna frame them up and do a show and see if I can get them back to the public. That's pretty much what I do. I work with Sean quite frequently on that, on purchasing items for the purpose of doing shows, because the artwork sits here and doesn't get seen very often, but by a few people that happen to do business here. What I will do is I have about 35 pieces so far. I will set up a show and invite the public to possibly purchase items if they prefer. Working with Sean is very easy. He's very easy to work with because he knows that I'm on a fixed budget and that I can't really spend a whole lot of money at times. It's just a pleasure to do business with.
It's a little bit challenging. At first, there's a lot of good artists in the area. What's it worth is the tough deal. As long as I can negotiate a good deal with the person selling and find a buyer, it's great.
It's a process of finding it first because Sean obviously doesn't have enough room to keep all of his artwork out here. So I come in quite frequently. Actually, I'm here 2-3 times a month looking for more artwork to get back to the public. Like I said, let's say I got an item there. Sean has stuff in the office that he would like me to possibly purchase, so I get a chance to look at it.
Have you seen the sweetgrass woman over there?
This piece is a piece done by Ernie Dunn, and I do believe there was 2 pieces originally. This is called Sweetgrass Woman, who is a very important person for the Leech Lake tribe. Really interested in that. This piece here, Sean and I will probably discuss something here after a while, and it's always a matter of his bottom line against my bottom line. But I am definitely interested in this piece, Sean. We will have to discuss.
I can also bring out another original that is pretty nice.
Okay, let's see.
It was done for us.
Oh my goodness, look at what he's got here. Look at this piece. That is just gorgeous.
This is an original from Scott Fadness.
Sadness, yes, I see that. Oh my.
And we've worked a lot with Scott too, and he's also painted some saw blades and stuff for us that we sell as cabin decor.
But that is gorgeous.
I told him I'm keeping this one.
Oh man.
And released a copyright.
Oh wow, it's even got a signed date on it and everything. Cool. If he wants to make some prints of it, then you can, right?
Yep.
So that's cool. Bottom line on the Ernie piece.
I'd probably do $750.
Okay, that's reasonable. Like normally, Sean, it's when can I come up with the money? Will it be sold before I get back?
If you really want it, I'll hold it for you for a while. You can make payments on it.
Okay, that sounds good. Sean, the owner of my favorite pawn shop, is a very easygoing guy, easy to work with, willing to work with me on layaway situations since I don't have a whole lot of money. The layaway plan he has works just fine. And like you said earlier, Sean, there are plenty of good artists in this area.
Another one from Scott Fadness, who's a local artist.
Mm-hmm. That is gorgeous stuff. And check out your stone carvings back here from Tim Stone, I believe. Oh my, look at all this stuff hiding back here.
Yeah.
Yeah, some really nice stuff. Oops. Make a little room here so we can look. Ooh. There we go. It looks like pretty much everything back here is Tim Stone stuff, huh, Sean?
Yes.
Okay.
The wood burning here is Robert Johnson.
Okay. Oh, I've heard that name before, though.
He just recently passed.
Okay, maybe that's where I saw it. We have a young man here. I'm not sure how young he is. He's way younger than I am. A man by the name of Tim Stone who does lots of different types of things. He does stones and burns wood and lots of charcoal. But that's down the road. We need to work on the Ernie Dunn piece first.
Okay.
And then the other geese are going, nah, well, that we need to get the frames going here, and then we're good to go. As I'm looking through pawn shops, I find lots of items that aren't framed or maybe misframed. As I go through my process of, after purchasing the item, I bring that to Ben Franklin, and I met a new person today, and that person was very easy to work with. She knew more about matting and framing than I do, so it was a learning experience from her today. She taught me quite a few things today. The Faux Frame Shop, been here many times. I see
Hi.
you're the new person. My name is Kevin Mato.
I'm Becky. How can I help you?
I'm a picker.
Okay.
I have a bunch of stuff that I have found in storage lockers and pawn shops. We will start with this one here.
Okay.
I found a picture of Chief Bemidji from 1895.
Wow.
And what I am interested in doing is getting this stuff framed up so that I can present it in the show. We'll
Okay.
do this one last.
Okay.
And what I have here is 4 other pieces that I have found at pawn shops by a man by the name of Okigima Gishik,
Okay.
which also means chief artist. And I am going to want some wooden frames for these.
Okay.
Okay, let's take a look at what you got back there.
All right. Let's spread these out now. Do you want to
Yes.
do the same on everything, or you want
I would like the 3 that are the same size to all be the same.
to? Okay.
And then the eagle, which is a charcoal, in a different colored frame.
Let's start with the eagle.
Okay. Got a couple of different
Yep.
colors actually there. And wow, right away. I don't think you need to grab too many more of those.
Okay.
This one here, I like very much.
You like that one the best?
Yes, that one will work.
Okay.
Different colored there. For some reason, that just kind of steps out, and it looks like with the right colored mat, it will even help it jump out at you a little bit more.
Okay. Let's go ahead and work on this one.
Okay, let's
We'll-
get this one all the way done,
Yep.
and then
I'm
we'll
going to
do
set these aside for
Okay.
now. Did you have an idea of what you wanted to do for matting?
Let's try charcoal gray.
Okay. I'm going to grab the line that we have that is an acid-free line of mat board. It will protect this from fading and damage over time.
Okay.
You know, I think this one might be better.
Yep, that's what I thought as soon
Yep.
as you set it down. That looks like that will work.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and then you like this frame with
yes,
that.
yep.
You know, I would recommend giving it a little bit of space because you
more?
want the art to have a little bit of room to breathe.
Okay,
And then you have to remember that your frame is going to cover part of your mat.
Okay. Then glass-wise, let's.
I would recommend going with a conservation glass. It's going to prevent about 99% of the UV damage that causes fading.
Okay. What I will do on these 3 is the frames will be the same on all 3.
Okay.
I don't know if we want to change the borders since they are such different colors. I mean, we have a bright blue and a bright orange and kind of a dark green. So I'm thinking I would like the frames to be the same.
Generally, that's what we would recommend too when you have a grouping like this, is doing either the same frames with different color mats
Okay.
or the opposite, different frames with the same
I
mat.
would prefer to do the frames the same with different colored mats.
I would agree. I think that on these,
Okay.
that's going to be a better way to go.
We have several different choices.
We do. We have a lot of different options. I think you're probably going to want to stick with that same kind of a rustic style because of the nature of the artwork. So this one, it's black, but it has a hint of blue in it, which brings out the blue here in this one as well. And of course, this one has the blue in it.
Yes.
The nice thing is that it has the lines, which kind of pick up the brush strokes that are in
wow.
the background of all 3 of these.
Wow, yes, that does look cool. Let's go with that one on all 3.
Okay.
Now we need to figure out what color mats we want to do. Since we have so many different colors here, what would you recommend?
I think to really make each one look as best as we can, I think you're going to want to do them individually that way because they are so different overall in their
Yes,
tones.
We have a lot of different colors and bright colors.
This one has more blue in it, so let's go ahead and start there. Because there's so much blue in there, I would actually recommend staying away from that because I think it can overwhelm your eye. So for now, I think let's just start with some green.
Okay,
Is it a little dark for you?
little bit.
Okay, you know, what if we went, now this is kind of crazy, but let's just give this a shot and see what you
my.
think of that.
With this mat, the picture does jump at you a little more than with the other green that you had. But is it jumping out too much?
Yeah, I'm still not sure it's the best way to go. So let's just keep trying a couple others. And green may not be the way to go either. We could always pull something else.
you have
You know, I think I like this one.
Yes, yeah, there.
I feel like that might be a good
People
match.
beeping me stuff.
I love this particular artist. I really do.
Yes, and if
Yep.
it's an original, I'll go out of my way to try to get the money for it.
Versus ending up in the pawn shop
Yeah.
where it doesn't get seen.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really a shame. This is beautiful art.
There's artwork everywhere. I need to start going farther than just Bemidji also. I'd like to get down by Monoman, over by Black Bear, up to Thief River,
Okay.
where there's lots of indigenous people. What I'm going to do is have a show once in a while where you can come and see more items at one time than you would see in the pawn shop in 6 or 7 visits.
The day of Kevin's show, he is joined by his brother, Jamison Mato, at Bemidji's OIC.
And I got the frame free. Boy, I have a display here with several different artists. Some new stuff that I have. These two here were part of the pick at the pawn shop, and now they have been framed and are ready for recirculation to the public. Really like these. These are awesome stuff. And this is some Geishik stuff. I have some Ernie Dunn here. I have a couple of Ernie Dunn items. This one is called Sweet Grass Woman. I just obtained this in the last month. It's a gorgeous piece. This one is also an Ernie Dunn. My prize possession is a picture of Chief Bemidji from 1895. These items here are a personal collection of mine, a friend of mine by the name of Floyd Red Crow Westerman. What I have here is a Punkwakanabo, 7th Cavalry, Little Bighorn, and Custards. Last hurrah. A new one. This guy is from Red Lake. His name is McGraw. I have a couple more pieces that haven't gotten finished yet, but this one just needs to be trimmed back a little bit and it'll look better. But that one's ready to go. Over here I have another Punk Wakanabo. Hopefully this looks like me. I've been told it does. Punk did this for me 7 years ago. Wow, doesn't seem like that long. There's another one I could have third frame.
My name is Jamison Mato. I am Kevin's older brother, and I was invited to read poetry at this opening exhibit of his art collection. I would be winter count keeper. The fire in this lodge burns strong through the feast and speeches and stories. All the people know how much blood and family mean to us. I don't need any anthropologist to tell me where I'm from, what the big picture is, or how to live a dream. I understand magic, what my name means, where the center is, and the color green because I can paint. Dig, Starry Night, Van Gogh. Persistence of memory, Salvador Dali. Like they hang right there on that wall with their abstract impressionism dropping shamelessly to the floor. There was the candlelit room with oil, incense, and tea, touching you and I right there in the middle of the beige carpet. Now I think I know what love is. It's paint on canvas, brushed on by blind men, easily impressed with the political import of the continuing dialectic of madness and genius. Stick figures, contrast and depth, spat out in chronological order. Here's what's happening here. Just when you think you know what's going on, you get your ass kicked by the woman with those eyes in the front row at the creative writing workshop. Oh, I was cool, all right. And I dug our connection like I dig nighttime in Lower East Manhattan and garage bands and language like I can paint, baby. I can paint, I can paint. I'm so bad, I'm a saint. I'm a mad, obsessed genius when we sculpt arching reggae dance on the dunes of this beach. We paint, we paint, we paint. Portraits of destiny with the vision of a dream. It is all junk. It is all holy. Everything is as it should be, stroke by stroke. Time is painted in blood. I am the winter count keeper. The fire in this lodge burns strong. What I normally do now that I'm retired is I spend most of my days working on my writing. I've been writing for a very long time, and I'm beginning to feel as if I'm starting to nail some things down.
Oh my goodness, look at this.
I'm rather impressed with his collection, first of all, particularly because I had no idea it was so extensive. He's got a lot of really amazing pieces here.
This is a Red Lake man. Obviously you can see that he has passed away. This artwork is not for sale. This is for collecting only. In fact, this t-shirt is going to end up in a frame behind glass real soon.
This is absolutely vital in terms of exposing the artists and their work to the general public and the community at large. Our experience, our knowledge of the American Indian experience is expanded by leaps and bounds when people can encounter the work and the content of the work at exhibits such as this.
Here's a couple that I found laying on a floor. The frames I also found. I'm not sure who this guy is yet, but I will get on the internet and look. Tim Stone. This one was actually found in an abandoned trailer house. The people left everything. The landlord told me I could have what I wanted, and I found this, and now it is mine.
He's rescuing pieces of art and presenting them that would normally not be observed or encountered in a person's journey through life. So in that regard, it's an absolutely vital piece of the puzzle that he is engaged in providing that service to the public. He's also interested in this as a business, and there's a new movement in the Native community to diversify businesses and to provide these kinds of services to help, you know, the economy of the Native community as well as the economy of the community at large.
This one here is just a collector item, pretty self-explanatory. This is from the greatest high school basketball game ever played in the state of Minnesota. Red Lake unfortunately lost 117-114 triple overtime. These little ones here are just pictures that have come out of calendars that I have had over the last few years. In fact, you can actually obtain the calendars at Chiwi Supply in Cass Lake.
Painting and the telling of the Native American experience through mediums such as paints is not a new thing. In the poem that I just read, I mentioned the Winter Count Keeper. Well, the Winter Count Keeper was not just an artist. This was not just a person who portrayed images on a piece of buckskin. This was a historian. This was a storyteller. This was a person that was incredibly important in the scheme of things when it came to Native American life, pre-Columbian Native American life. That story went on, and it continues today. And our artists are the ones that are documenting that story, and it comes through in those works of art.
More Punk Wakanabo. This one I've been told is all over town, but I have one. This is another Ernie Dunn. Ernie Dunn did this for me personally about 5 years ago, 7 years ago too. Wow, doesn't seem like that long. Anyway, that's longer than I've been sober. This is a friend of mine by the name of Dennis Banks. This was found in a pawn shop. Shouldn't have been there. Oh well.
If you begin to understand what is meant by the dialectic, the history of that conversation that goes on between differing artists is of vital importance, not just to us as individuals and our identity, but also to people who are observers of that culture, of our culture, who are interested in learning more about the culture. There's a way to do that that is very non-threatening. So oftentimes when people encounter a culture that is different than their own, there's an intimidation factor involved, and you have to be able to surmount that intimidation factor. Well, the Native American artists do that. They do that in a very user-friendly fashion. In other words, you can go to a gallery where there are Native American art pieces hanging and get an understanding that you didn't have before of the spirituality of our experience and the actual vitality of the ongoing Native American culture and community. So I think that's a fascinating facet to what Kevin is involved in doing here is he's helping spread the word in a very non-threatening fashion.
Thanks for watching. Join us again next week on Common Ground. If you have an idea for a Common Ground piece that pertains to North Central Minnesota, email us at legacy@lptv.org or call us at 218-333-3014. To view any episode of Common Ground online, visit us at lptv.org. To order episodes or segments of Common Ground, call 218-333-3020. Common Ground is brought to you by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund with money from the vote of the people November 4th, 2008. If you enjoyed this episode of Lakeland Public Television's Common Ground, consider making a contribution at lptv.org.